Hey, it's me, Magical Shante 888. Just popping on for a quick video. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. Um, I just wanted to pop on with a bit of a haul. I went to HEB today and I picked up a few makeup items from e.l.f. If you don't use e.l.f., I don't know what you're doing with your life because I definitely do. Um, I shop at Sephora. I shop at like the higher end products, or I get the higher end products. But I definitely love e.l.f. and drugstore things. I starting off was a drugstore girly, okay, and then I became a MAC girly. I was obsessed with MAC. I had my first MAC product at 17, and I never looked back. And from there, I've just done, tried other things. So the first thing that I got was this Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. And this cost $10. It's great. It's what's making my face look dewy. Now, I naturally have oily skin, and so you would think that this does not work, but it actually does because I use it with the primer also. Let me see. Is it in here? I don't know what I did with it. Let me see. I'm not sure where the primer went, but this is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. These two together, chef's kiss. The last 2 days I've been using them like together, which I've been using them, but I put the primer on and then I spray my face with this. That is part of the reason why I got this. And I also use Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and I also use L'Oreal. It's like a aerosol setting spray. Oh, I'm talking about where is it at? And here it is right in my hand. Um, so I have those two. And then I got this sunscreen, which I had been seeing. This one has 30 SPF, and it is a makeup primer, but it's also like this is what it looks like on. I'll probably go back and get the clear one too because like it looks pretty good. I think it'll look good. I had swatched it earlier and I was pretty satisfied. So, and it has a sunscreen smell, but it's not too bad. Like it looks pretty good. And then I got these camo liquid blushes. This one is in the color, I don't know. I don't remember the colors because I took them out the box. And I got this peach colored one. And then I got this bronzer and contour. These are all liquid products. And I paid $7 each for these. So you can definitely have a beat face for not a lot of money. Trust me, I am how do I say it? Because I don't want to say frugal. I can do a beat face on a budget. I've always been that way. It is a gift, okay? Because some people use the cheap stuff and you can tell that it's cheap. You have to know how to apply it. You have to know, you know, where to apply it. And it's been an art. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Ask about me. Anyways, um, side note, I really want people to stop telling me that they like my makeup. And I'm not saying this to the universe to not allow me to get compliments, but it's getting really old, and it's like the Gen Z girls. They keep on telling me, "Oh, I like your makeup." Bitch, just say that I'm pretty. Okay? It's getting old and I'm getting tired. I'm getting a little tired of it. Broken promises, looking at you. Okay? Stop. Like, stop. Just tell me that I'm pretty. I know that your girl's face is tea, okay? Just say that. Just say that. Anyways, so yeah, these are the products that I got. $21. This was $10. This was also $10. And this was maybe 10 or $11. I don't remember. And then I got this Real Techniques Kitten Paw Concealer Brush. I have one of these, but the only thing is that whenever you wash it, the bristles come out. So I don't know if I'm not using the right cleanser. Probably not. Probably not. But whenever I wash my brushes, all of these little bristles come out, and I don't like that. And I had gotten that brush maybe not even 6 months ago. And this brush, I think, was like $10. And then I got this Halo Glow powder puff because I needed another powder puff. I have like a whole pack of them. I don't know where the heck they went. I don't know, child. And I got this Rembrandt whitening toothpaste with fluoride. It's mint. I really like this. I like it a lot. And also I got this Tree Hut Jelly Bear Shea Scrub. My H-E-B was having a sale. It was like 25% off of like beauty items. So yeah, I saved money, and that's my favorite thing to do. I knew that I needed to re-up on some stuff, and I think I still might need, I think I need my eyebrow stuff, which I use NYX. It looks like a pen. It looks kind of like one that I carry in my purse, which is by Wonder Brow. Let me see. I just carry it because sometimes your girl be sweating, like especially if I just come from the gym, and I might touch my eyebrow and it just comes off a little bit. It's nothing crazy, but it looks like this. But this is not NYX. This one is dual ended. But NYX's looks similar to this. This one's good, but I noticed that it seemed like it was drying out quicker, so I just didn't use it regularly. Anyways, in all seriousness, so yeah, that is my haul. I don't know if I'm gonna add up everything that I got. I don't think I paid more than $60 or $70 for all those items. I love drugstore stuff mixed with, you know, the higher end stuff. I've always done that, and I'm always gonna do that because I love a balance. But yeah, so besides that, how are y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I am a parent to four beautiful children, but to a 13-year-old who will be 14 in August. And I have really been trying to pick his brain to see, you know, what are his thoughts about dating and like women and like, you know, obviously not women, but girls because he's a boy. And like, you know, maybe what his type is and like what he may be interested in. He explained to me what his type was, and I just wanted to explain to him the importance of the person and the type of person that you choose, to not just choose based off of how they look, whether it's race, body type, all that, because if you choose the wrong person, they can literally ruin your life. They can literally end your life. Okay, we've seen in the news the various stories of, you know, Black men choosing certain women and their lives ending because they didn't have self-love. And so it also brought me to another deep thought. Like, I want to make sure that I have a good relationship with my sons, with all of my children, because yes, I'm a boy mom, but I'm a mother, okay? I have a daughter too. So I'm very well rounded, and I did not necessarily grow up with mommy issues. I'm fairly comfortable around women and feminine energy and being a girl's girl, even though sometimes that phrase can be used interchangeably. I feel like I have a good balance, and with that, I want to continue that balance and make sure that I am a good example for my son when it comes to the type of women that he chooses. I don't want him to choose something the very opposite of me because, you know, he felt so traumatized by me, or choosing someone that does look like me and treating them like crap. Okay. Because something that I have noticed within the Black community is that um, if men do stay with their race, they feel like she has to be the mule, she has to be the mammy, she has to work extra hard, and she does not deserve a soft life. Versus if they date another race, and it's not to say that they don't give them a hard time, because they do, okay? But they feel like they have a better chance. I feel like they have a better chance of having a soft life, even though they're still giving them the same hell that they've given us. To bring it all home, I just want to make sure that I raise a young man who treats women right, no matter the race, no matter the size, no matter any of that. Because of the simple fact that she's a woman, you treat her with respect and dignity. And that starts with yourself. Having self-respect and having integrity and just doing what you need to do, being consistent, staying focused on yourself. You know, you can date or do whatever it is that you need to do, but make sure that you stay focused on yourself also, because lack of focus on yourself will allow other things to fall to the wayside. And I have learned this time and time again, and it's not something that I want to have to see my children either struggle with, or, you know, whatever. But I just want to make sure that my sons, but predominantly my oldest son right now, because he's getting older very, very quickly. He's already 13, will be 14. And where the time has gone, I have no idea. Like, I don't know. And I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. But here we are. I just don't want him to grow up and have mommy issues, you know, like I stated, because what happens is they go into the world and they treat women despicably, despicably. And then because their mother, you know, dealt with whatever they saw their mom deal with, I don't know, different men in and out of their life, or even just their dad, and they think that that behavior that their dad displayed, or the other men displayed, is normal. And it's not. It's not. And that was part of my purpose too, of not staying in certain situations and connections, because I want my sons to respect women. Although, unfortunately, with me making the choices that I made, I'll still always be the blame for things not going certain, like for things not going as planned. And I'm okay with that, because I've always been a mover and a shaker. I'm never going to do what somebody expected me to do. I might do it the first time. I might even do it 3 times. But I'm going to do what it is that I feel like I want to do when I get ready, and whatever suits me. And why the hell not? Because that's what everyone else does. I'm just finally standing on it, and I accept it, and I'm not backing down. And so, of course, that's a problem for people who are used to you being a people pleaser. And so, again, this is a big part of why I've made the decisions that I've made, because I don't want my sons to end up in relationships with women who verbally abuse them, physically abuse them, threaten them, or come into my life trying to cause hell, because guess where you're going to end up? Banished to hell. Banished to hell is where it'll end up. So in order to not have to deal with any of that, we are going to make sure that all I can do is put in the effort. All I can do is put in the effort. I understand that my children came from me, and that I have given birth to them, and that I carried them for 9 months, and that, yes, there is another part of them that helped create them. I fully understand that, accept that, and acknowledge that. But I also understand that they're their own person, they're their own being, and that no matter what it is that whatever seeds I might sow into them, they could completely reject them and decide that what I said is wrong. I understand that, and I have come to accept. I truly have. And although I'm saying that right now, there could be a situation to where I am having a hard time accepting. I'm human. I'm human. But because I am acknowledging it, I don't have a choice but to accept whatever is to come from my parenting. You know, like I've said it also too, that it was not until I had my fourth child that I realized, oh crap, like I keep on saying this, and it's because it has really become clear to me. Like, my journey is way bigger than just being a mother. I'm not saying that being a mother is not important, because it is a very important job. But I realize that I am a separate entity from my children, and that I have my own goals, and I have things that are they're connected to me being a mother, but it also has to do with me and personal growth and just learning. And while I'm doing that, again, it comes right back to my children, because they're able to see that whatever goals I accomplish and the things that I do and the generational curses that I'm breaking, that they're able to do the same, and that they continue to do the same. That is my ultimate goal. It's not to raise perfect children. It's not to raise millionaires or billionaires, which that is on the list, but it's not the end goal. It is to raise decent human beings, for them to understand that you put in something instead of just taking. You can do both, but like, I want my children to understand that you do good and you receive, good whenever you're putting the right things in. And it is difficult in the world and in the climate that we have. Like, things are constantly falling and breaking apart. They don't want our children to go to school. They don't want us to, there's just so many things. And it is very, 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 very difficult to raise children at this time. So my hat goes off to any mothers out there, especially if you're single and you're doing it alone. But even the married mothers, like, doing it with a partner can be difficult too, because sometimes you may not always agree on how the children should be reared, and one parent might think this, one partner might think this, the other partner might think this, and then you're having to figure out, how do we come in the middle? That is goals. Okay. I don't know. This whole mom thing is it's really a wild ride, because while I am a mother, I'm also reparenting myself in a lot of ways, from situations that I have experienced, and just redoing and reconfiguring and just redoing, especially during this retrograde. I always got to throw in a little razzle dazzle. I don't know if I'm gonna post this video first or my other video, but I did mention about the Mercury getting her micro braids. We are in a Mercury retrograde. I think it is until April 7th or 12th or something. It's like mid-April, so we have a few more weeks. But a lot of things have just been coming up, and I just want to reinitiate the way that I parent. And I understand that my child is at a very vulnerable stage right now, because he is a teenager and he is influenced by a lot more than I may realize. Like, I'm teaching him this much, he's going into the world and he's influenced by this much. Like, my hands are not even in the screen. Like, so I understand that and I accept that, but all I can do is just keep on sowing the seeds. Just keep on sowing the seeds and just letting him know, son, I really would like to see you do this, or I just want to make sure that you understand this, because I want my children to be great. That's it. I'm not looking to be, even for myself, I'm not looking to be the richest in the world, because that's a lot of responsibility. Do I want to be rich? Yes, I already am, very much. But I want to be rich in different ways, you know, richer in different ways. And it's just one of the biggest challenges that I've ever faced in my life, is just being a mom. And it's not always bad. And this conversation that I'm, or this, whatever this is, monologue, whatever, I don't know, what I'm sharing, it's not coming from a bad place, because I was grateful to be able to have the conversation with my son. And I know that he feels like I lecture him, but it's just so that way he has an idea of what the world is, because he just has no idea. That they have no idea. These children have no idea the way that the world is, and the way that the world wants them to be. I just always want my children to be authentic, and oh, they are that. They don't hesitate to be who they are, okay? They do not hesitate. They do not care. Especially my 6-year-old, he does not care, okay? He's gonna be who he is wherever, at whatever time of day. He's gonna say what he wants and do what he wants. He's gonna dance. He's gonna do what he wants. And I actually admire it. Sometimes it's annoying, but as I'm sitting back and I'm reflecting, it's something that I actually admire. It is. But yeah, I know the video was, there were just a bunch of things that I went over. I did a haul, and then I had a kind of serious chat about being a mom and like raising a teenager. I just thought that I put it all in one. I might break it up. I don't know. I'll see. I'm going to post whatever it is. I'm just trying to be more consistent with posting. I have other stuff that I need to post, a couple of videos that I need to edit, and I'm just working on getting things together. That's it. I said I was going to work on it, and I'm working on it. Okay. That is that. But, yeah, make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Why are you not subscribed? I know, why are you not subscribed? But yeah, I will check y'all in the next one. Peace.